I presume you have no friends either.
Attachment makes us weak. The weak meet their demise prematurely. But such death does not please the Undying One. For a soul must not be claimed before their time has come. It is true that spinners occasionally cross paths with those outside the cult. But such paths always diverge in the end. We may walk the same road together, but we are nothing more than temporary traveling companions. It is similar for those of your retinue. Our threads may intertwine for a time, but all will go their separate ways, as is inevitable. But not you and I, Domin. Our threads cannot be unwoven, and only the Undying One will end my service to you.
Do you not wish to know what became of your family?
No.
You may not remember your real family, but are you truly so unconcerned by the death of your fellow cultists?
It brings me comfort when my brothers and sisters cross to the other side. The Undying One has called them to his side, so they can serve him in ways we cannot.
I understand you better now.
Know your enemy and prevent. It is not difficult to speak the truth.
Oh, there was only one thing. Did you ever meet Theodora?
I met her once when I was young. The Vizier saw a serpent hiding among those close to Domin Theodora, ready to sink its fangs into her throat. I was ordered to find the serpent and sever the soul from its body. I watched and waited for weeks. I hid among the shadows, the air ducts and the faceless masses. Once I found the serpent, I sliced off its head and returned to the temple. I doubt that Domin Theodora ever saw me, but the 3 ritual cuts I left behind on the body let her know that this death was pleasing to him. They sent us a grand feast from the upper decks before the cycle's end. We gave it to the hungry.
You always address me as Domin. What does that word mean?
The Gothic we use to communicate is different to that spoken on the upper decks. Domin has many meanings. Giver of life, Lord or Lady of the Ark, and Shadowless Sun. The matriarch Spider gave this title to the rogue trader who allowed her to form the blood-spun web. We use other titles as well. For example, Venai means Master of the Immaterium, or Watcher of the Veil. Vil means one who must go to the other side. Amic means one you can trust in battle.
I would like to know more about the sacred mysteries of the Death Cult.
The Vizier taught us that there are many like us throughout the Imperium who spill blood in his name. Death cultists, as they call us. He said that no 2 death cults are the same, just as there are no 2 identical stars in the void. I will tell you about the blood-spun web, but I cannot speak on behalf of all death cults.
What's the cult purpose?
The blood-spun web holds the bays of the flagship together with the threads of its faith. Such is our service to the Domini of the Von Valancius line. The Undying One commanded the Domini to embark on a ship and sail the void's expanse. And thus, it became our duty to protect your dynasty and the Ark that became its home. This great relic of blood and adamantine. Some loathe and fear us, They call us murderers and reapers. Others call us dancers of death, who send the souls of the dead on their way. Both are right, both are wrong. We are servants of the undying Emperor. When he whispers that the time has come for a righteous martyr's soul to be laid in his blessed hands, we come to claim it. When he whispers that the wicked must know of his wrath, we come to reap. This is how we maintain order on the ship, unseen and guided by death's will.
How do you know you've never made a mistake? How can you be sure you've never wrongly robbed one of your victims of their life?
We are carried along by a current of blood in the great river of fate. Life is not given or taken away by chance. If I see an enemy of humanity, my blade will sever the thread of their existence. I will not wait for a sign of his divine bidding. I am his will, and I do what must be done.
You hear a whisper in your mind telling you to kill someone you'd obey. Have you ever considered that these whispers could be a deception orchestrated by minions of the Arch-Enemy?
Death's whisper is unmistakable. It is not like the murmur of stars or the hiss of corruption. It is truthful, pure, unyielding. Only the most eminent of us, the high spinners, can hear the whisper of the Undying One and give voice to his will. They must hone their senses and temper their body and soul for years before his call can reach them. If it puts you more at ease, you can think of these whispers as his providence.
Let's speak of something else. How long has the blood-spun web been in existence?
Spinners carved the chronicles of our history on the stones of our temple long ago. But fate and time have erased our past, just as an exploding star erases a part of the galaxy from existence.
What are the responsibilities of the Vizier?
It is the Vizier's duty to watch over the flock, to lead those who want to learn more of the Undying One, but are fearful of death, and guide those who seek answers in death, but do not know how to live. The Vizier protects all, those who do not know we exist, those who are grateful for our service, and even those who hate us. The Vizier sees what is to come, remembers the past, and accepts the present. They spin a web of faith and blood so strong that no enemy may sunder it. This is the Vizier's burden. This is the legacy of the matriarch spider.
Who was the matriarch spider?
It is said that she was one of many, born in the void, the Domin's subject. She honored death instead of life, and for this, she was persecuted. It is said that when the Arch-Enemy's forces invaded the flagship during a warp jump, she gathered the Undying One's servants around her and saved the ship from ruin. Together, they spun the first threads of the web to ensure that such devastation would never happen again. It is said that she was strong and indomitable, but as the years passed, her heart became as stone, and thus the Undying One whispered her name to the one who would become the first Vizier of the blood-spun web.
Why do you call yourself spinners?
Through blood, sweat, tears, and the strength of their convictions, The servants of the Undying One spin the souls of your subjects into threads of balance. This is why we refer to ourselves as spinners. Those who are newly committed to the blood-spun web are called lesser spinners. If they are faithful in their service to him, they may eventually become spinners. The most devout of us all are known as the High Spinners, of whom there are 7, each bearing a unique title. The Vizier, the first spinner, leads the cult. I, Kibellah, am the second spinner. The third spinner's name is Io, and there are 4 more.
You say the God Emperor is death. There are some who might find the comparison blasphemous.
The Undying One is death itself. We serve him, and thus we serve death. This is not a comparison, attribution, or preference. It is the truth, and nothing can change it.
Can you teach me Can you teach me to follow the tenets of the Bloodspun Web?
The tenets are knowledge, an art that is passed down from one generation of the blood-spun web to the next. Even so, there are spinners who will never fully comprehend this knowledge in the time allotted to them by the Undying One. The tenets dictate how one follows the thread of life, but they are also the thread itself, from first breath to last. The tenets cannot be taught, they must be lived. Only then will you understand.
You torture your own flesh. What's the meaning of this ritual?
Torture? I bear the sacred marks of the Undying One's service. Death has bestowed them upon me. Though others may cherish hollow riches or meaningless beauty, it is my duty to cherish his gift of blood. Each wound is a symbol of our service to him. Each drop of blood carries his blessing. To renounce these scars is to renounce the Undying One himself. Death whispers to me, "You are worthy of bearing his marks." Tell me, Domin, do you wish to honor your flesh with his gifts?
I presume this will not be a painless procedure.
I have not felt pain in a long time. But yes, your body will certainly suffer. Embrace the pain and make it a part of you. It will be your salvation, even on your darkest days.
It would be an honor to bear the mark of the Undying One.
Let it be so. Treasure his gift, Domin. Inscribe it anew each time you pray. May his blessing find you.
If the Undying One whispers my name, will you carry out his will?
Lords and wretches are equal before death. If such is the Undying One's will, I will guide you to him, Domin.
Tell me about the Emperor's Tarot.
I use blood to read his sacred cards and hear the whisper of the Undying One. His tarot is not an answer, but a question I ask of the universe. And the universe answers with questions of its own. In this sacred communion, I perceive hundreds of possible outcomes. They are all true, and yet they are only visions. I know what will come to pass, and yet I do not.
The Emperor's Tarot is usually led by sanctioned psychers.
I am the spear of his retribution, not a witch or a sorcerer or a soothsayer. I have no strange powers, but I do bear his blessing. I do not command the veil. I am guided by his whisper and led by my faith, by the tenets. Please, do not mistake me for something I am not.
How did you come to have this deck?
It is a holy relic that has been passed down from generation to generation. Only the first and second spinners are allowed to study the sacred cards and interpret their meaning. We use his tarot to guide the cult and discern the tangled threads of fate.
How many cards are in your deck?
34. There used to be more, but some have perished in the darkness of time. Their loss is a great tragedy for the blood-spun web.
Can you give me a reading?
Ask the cards, Domin, and I will listen.
What does the future hold for me?
The first card is the young warrior. It suggests inexperience, a path of becoming. The second card is the shattered world inverted. The path will have twists, turns, and thorns, but you will gather allies along the way and find what was lost. The third, the hound inverted. Someone has marked you as their prey and is chasing you through a field of traps. The lost child. You will leap into one of those traps of your own free will and place your trust in someone truly desperate.
I must take my leave.
May the undying...
But I'm not gonna lie, that took 15 minutes, if not longer, just listening to what she was saying. It's a bit long. Just a tad. Just a tad. Silent verdict. Let's give her this thing. Nice. Let's have a look at the map. And we're going to this. Astropathic station is dead ahead. Contact by Vox. Deploy scouting team. Send Zachary Weiss to the station with a squad of bodyguards. The late Choir Master's amulet taken from his frozen body after his death. Formed by a psyker, the rare gains immunity to the horrors of the warp effect. There was a different sound coming from below that we didn't know. Order the station to be explored. Fucking burn everything. Okay. to the Lord Captain. I will listen to what you have to say. Speak, Lieutenant. Actually, I will not tolerate this kind of conduct on my ship. Aberrat assigned the Lieutenant an appropriate punishment. Lieutenant, you have 1 minute to state your business. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks in order to crush the workers' strike. It's unwarranted. There's an insurrection in the making aboard my ship and no one has informed me. How did this all start? The cultist amulet. Where does Seneschal Berserine come into all of this? Three worker clans are included in the strike. There's lots more passively supporting them. And the only response is to dispatch an assault unit to crush the strike. What is Depot for? It's one of the poorest sectors. But what do you have to say of this? Master at Arms, the ships and forces report to you, and yet you seem hesitant to provide your own perspective. That being said, entirely shareable. I must note that this insubordination is a direct consequence of practices that he himself has introduced. Salbak, explain yourself. The Seneschal has a tendency to show partiality. Those enforcers and officers whom he has deemed particularly promising are at times given permission to approach him for tutelage. Abala, do you wish to respond? Lieutenant Bent, would you say the Seneschal has singled you out from your peers in any way? I see. I'm certain the Seneschal was acting within his authority, but I will verify the soundness of this decision for myself. Oh, we have a full crew. Oh, of course, because we have her now. Completely forgot about that. So we can actually go and do the DLC quest if we wanted to. Might do that. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
The people dare to disrespect the senior officer. They were shouting your name. Let's keep moving.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully.
I still do not see our purpose in coming here.
Relax, old man. Going for a stroll on the lower decks every once in a while is good for you. Lets you see how the simple folk live.
The Whispers told me a secret.
Connect chemistry plus examining the pipe will allow you to reach it.
Know your
How do I
duty.
examine the pipe? I think there was something with the valves. You have to do them in a certain order or something. I was saying that I can't even press any of them.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Hey! What's the situation? The encounters some locals on our way here. Their conduct was outrageous. They even tried to throw things at us. Is that all you have to say? Are you sure you're worthy of an officer's rank, Lieutenant Vent? I want to speak to the strikers. Hey, Millie Grace.
The divine watches over us.
Okay. Thinking of just finishing for this. I think I'm gonna just head over to Dune for a bit. Because I still wanted to do something there. Nothing much. So I actually think I'm gonna have to head to bed soon anyway. So I might finish here for today. So thank you very much for watching and see you next time.